Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are well. I'm going to do a little Q&A today. Today's video is going to be a general Q&A, not specifically pregnancy related, although I am now 9 months pregnant, so that's insane. 9 months pregnant. 9. Can we just, right? Yeah, welcome back to my channel. I asked over on Instagram for some questions. You are more than welcome to join me with a brew. First question is Deftones your favourite band? One of my favourite bands. They've been one of my favourite bands since I was 15 and I'm now 30, so that's half of my life, which is wild. Getting to meet them a few years ago was absolutely amazing. It was so much fun to me, and I have a white pony tattoo, so I guess that kind of counts as them being one of my favourite bands. I don't have many, but my music tattoos are for Blink-182, Marina, Block Party and Deftones. I just want to put a quick disclaimer in before I continue on this Q&A. If I sound out of breath, I'm going to really try my best to cut out me breathing, because no one needs to hear that and it's so frustrating watching videos and everyone's like breathless. But if I sound breathless, I can't help it and it's winding me up. But 9 months pregnant, you can't really breathe. It's very, very hot. I can't have the fan on because it'll be too noisy. Can't open the windows because my cat will jump out. It's like 30 something degrees in here. Next question is, do you feel ready to be a mum, and is Faisal ready? Definitely. I am the eldest sibling and my nickname from my friends used to be Mama Els, so I'm naturally quite maternal, so on that, yeah, I do feel completely ready. I think that I'm glad as well that I waited till I fully knew if I wanted kids, because for the longest time I didn't think I wanted kids, and I'm glad I've waited till my 30s to start being a mum, because I just don't have any regrets. I don't feel like I've done that too early or anything. I think 30s, like, for me seems like the perfect age because I've done so much with my life already and I feel like I'm ready to dedicate the next part of my life to being a parent. But 30s also still really young. I feel like it's like the perfect balance, and in that regard I know that I'm so lucky. I don't feel ready and I don't want to be mumsy. I don't want to be a mumsy mum. I can't guys. I can't see myself being mumsy, like mummy. The yummy mummy Costa Beige Waitrose vibe. I can't hack it. I just can't. I want to be like my own mum, who was the best mum ever and still puts us first now, but she also still held her own. She was still her own person. She was a mum, but then she was herself, if that makes sense. She was never very mumsy. She would still have her own social life and hang out with her friends, and I really admire that, and I want to be just like that. I just don't feel like, you know, that kind of like baby voice, like mummy. I don't know, guys, I can't. I just don't want it to define all of me. I want to be Eleanor, mum, actor, whatever. Do you know what I mean? I don't just want to be a mum. But I know that that's not going to affect how I'm going to be as a mum, because I know I'm going to be the best mum that I could possibly be, and I'm so excited for that. With Faisal, I have never ever in my life seen anyone as excited about anything than he is about being a father. I think he's more excited than me. He cannot wait. He's so excited. I think I've said before, when I first started getting sickness in pregnancy, Faisal was smiling. Like, he was like, what? Like, it's happening. And he was like running to get me sick ball and he was smiling. I was like, Faisal, this is not a joyful experience. But to him, he was just like, oh my god, it's all happening. It's made me fall in love with him even more, which I did not think was possible, just because of how, not only how he's been with me in pregnancy, which I knew he'd be amazing anyway, but just the way he talks about it. Like, he's constantly all day long sending me reels on Instagram of like funny parent jokes or like parent hacks and things that he wants to do, and I want to do this with her and I need to make sure, and he's just so invested and he's so impatient, and I just can't, like, just seeing him now when he speaks to people in the street and they've got a baby and he's interacting with them, you can just see he's just so ready for it. I can't. It's so cute. I love this question. Do you like the necklace? Yes, I have it right here. Look at it, it's beautiful. Yes, 1,000 times yes. I've kept every part of it as well. I don't know if you can see it, and the bag that is coming. Yes, thank you so much. Someone tweeted a little while ago asking whether or not bands keep gifts that fans give them, and they absolutely do. Some of the things that Faisal comes home from tour with make my heart, and his heart obviously, melt. The kindness that goes into making the effort to getting someone a gift, making someone a gift, is absolutely not lost. It's so crazy that loath fans are giving Faisal gifts for our daughter that isn't even here yet, and that's just, oh my gosh, the amount of times I've cried. It's just so thoughtful, like little loathe baby. So thank you for the necklace. It's so thoughtful. I sometimes chat to Loathe fans as well who wish me well, and it's just so, it's so sweet. What's the best piece of advice you've ever been given? This one is so easy, and I say this every single time someone asks me this. Life is too short to play it cool. My mum told me this when I was about 18, 19, and I'd been dating this guy who I really liked for about 6 weeks. But we hadn't had the conversation of where we stood, like what was going on, and I wanted to take things further, didn't know if he did, and I was like, I can't ask him that. My mum was like, of course you can. And I was like, no, like, I need to like try and like get him to talk about it, like, I got blah, blah, blah. And I was going on and on and on. When you're 18, 19, you're so young. This is before I was as confident about myself that I am now. And my mum just said, what are you doing? She was like, life's too short to play it cool, like what's the worst that can happen? What's the best that can happen? And she was just basically like, why? And I've applied that throughout the rest of my life, and it's, I mean, it served me well. Since then, I never ever played it cool in front of anyone, and I feel like I live a way better life for it. I'm so not concerned with what people think of me. I couldn't care less about the results. It makes me know that I'm being truthful to myself, I'm being authentic, I'm not lying, I'm not putting on a front. Life is actually too short to play it cool, so just don't. Harness your energy on what you really want, not what you think is expected of you, or for the fear of being embarrassed. Do you have FOMO from missing gigs and festivals? Not gonna lie, this summer I kind of do a little bit. I'm sure I've said on this channel before, but I don't in general get FOMO because I've done so much with my time in life already. So whenever I have to miss out on something, to me it never feels like the end of the world because I'm always so grateful for the things I have already done. And I think with the gigs and festivals, because I started going to them so young, like 13, 14, I was going to gigs on my own, 15, 16 festivals on my own. I'm now 30 years old and I've been doing that pretty consistently. So yeah, I kind of feel like I've done it all. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm so excited for when I do go to gigs and festivals, and the fact that I have the luxury of being able to choose to go as a punter, or whether it's through work or whether it's through with Faisal, being with him, I can kind of experience things how I want to experience. So yeah, I'm kind of missing it this summer just because I've managed to go to quite a few gigs this year pregnant already, but now that I'm super pregnant, I can't. So I am kind of missing it, but I think that's just because I'm so bored, like just waiting for this baby to arrive. Like maternity leave is so boring for me. I don't like it. I'm not enjoying it. I'm not. But yeah, I do have FOMO from the Korn shows in particular, just because Korn are one of my favourite bands, and the fact that Loathe are supporting them is so exciting for me. I just wouldn't be safe right now. I could go at any minute. I think people think I've only experienced the other side of music since being with Faisal, but I've had friends in the industry, colleagues in the industry since I was really young, so it's not like I've only just started going backstage or getting guests or whatever and it's so exciting. It's not. I've had that since I was like 13, 14 years old, and through my job as well, through the work of being in music videos and my own friends and stuff like that, I've done it. So I'm more excited than anything because now when I go to shows, especially if I'm going with Faisal and with Loathe, my daughter's going to be with us, and that's just a whole new thing, like navigating life and shows and festivals and tours with a baby. I can't wait. I can't wait. I cannot wait. And I can't wait for my daughter to grow up with Loathe and the crew and just have all these uncles and these aunts. Guys, I can't. Next question, will you still be an actor when your baby is here? Yeah, I mean, I have no plans to stop, but my whole attitude towards career and life in general is I just want to be happy. I just want to be happy and healthy. And I'm really glad that I've reached that point at the same time as becoming a mum, because obviously my daughter comes first and always will do now. And I think that kind of feeling towards career and life and work in general has definitely been sped up since having my endometriosis diagnosis, then breaking my foot for a whole year and then that turning into a disability. And I've had to have a lot of time off work that's not been my choice. I've turned down some real incredible career defining kind of opportunities that have come my way. I've passed upon a lot that I won't talk about on here just because why would I want to relive that? But then at the same time, I'm so happy with what I've already achieved. When I actually sit down, and I did this when I couldn't walk at all last year, I just sat and I just went through all of the work that I already had done in my career, knowing that the majority of that was what I'd got myself off my own back, and obviously super grateful for what my agents had got me, of course, because they work so hard. But I just would sit and think, I've done that by myself, and I think it's so much more rewarding knowing that it's come off your own back and your hard work. The one thing in this life, work-wise, that I love the most is acting. That is my favourite thing ever to do. But I'm also really happy doing other stuff as well. And before everything went down with the foot and the endo and the pregnancy, I was really excited where my career was going in terms of acting, modelling, content creating, UGC. I just was doing everything I wanted, presenting. I was just doing it all, and yeah, I'm really hoping to, well, I'm excited to kind of get stuck in again. And I won't work full time just because I will have a baby, and my husband is, like, at the moment he's the breadwinner, he's the one bringing everything in, and I quite like that. I never ever thought I'd be somebody who wanted a man to pay for everything, but guys, it's quite nice. And obviously when my daughter's really young, like, I will be the parent at home most of the time because Faisal will be working away. But the luxury is that when he's not on tour, he can be home for a couple of months, and that's really cool because then he can be at home with my daughter, he can still write. Then that gives me the freedom to go on shoots, or even maybe do theatre, something that I've not done for ages. And I feel like it's going to be really, really difficult, and I'm well aware that I won't be able to go back into work full time, but I'm okay with that. I'm actually fine with that, but I'm not prepared to leave the acting industry. It's not something I'm thinking about at the minute. Like, the only thing I think about is, will this baby just get out of me please now? I really don't like not working. Working is my favourite thing to do. So, well, really long, sorry. She's so preggo. Favourite place to shop for clothes. The most fun place to shop for clothes is obviously charity shops. Thrifting is my favourite thing to do. But I feel like you find the best garms in autumn, winter and spring. Since pregnancy, ASOS has probably been my favourite place just because it's all on one site. My sister's got me an ASOS gift card for my birthday, and that was honestly like one of the most exciting things ever. My third favourite place is Faisal's suitcase after he's been on tour in America, because he always brings me back merch. And he always brings me back vintage banties from America. And I spend most of my time in a banty. Are you worried about being with someone in a band when the baby is here? I just worry about missing him, and I worry about him missing important milestones when he's away, because being away for 2 months or 3 months or whatever when you have a baby is such a long time. And what if he misses her first words or her first steps? That's going to be quite hard to navigate. But then on the flip side, obviously, we're in the good position of when he's not on tour, he can be home for countless days on end. I've obviously not experienced this, so it's going to definitely be weird, but I think because that's all our daughter's going to know, I kind of find comfort in that, because it's not like he's doing a 9 to 5 now and then in a couple of years the band takes off. Like, the band's already at a level where he's touring a lot. Yeah, I don't worry too much. I mean, ask me in a year's time. How do you cope with jealousy? I don't get jealous, and I don't really have a reason to get jealous. I assume you mean this in regards to relationships, but I've got one of the good ones. I know that's rare, but I don't get jealous because my husband has never ever given me a reason, and vice versa. I think with both of us working in the arts, if we were jealous people, the relationship just wouldn't work, because, like, for instance, he has seen me on stage kissing multiple men and women, and he spends months and months away in various countries, and I've not once ever worried or felt insecure. I do feel really, really lucky, because I know it's such a hard emotion to deal with. I've been asked on TikTok quite a few times to talk about dealing with jealousy. It's just really not like that. I think as well, because me and him both view things exactly the same. We both view people, relationships, everything exactly the same. We don't automatically sexualize the opposite gender. He doesn't sexualize women automatically. I don't sexualize men automatically. We both are friends, close friends with people of all genders. There's no red flags or anything like that. But if you mean that in general, if I'm jealous of someone, if I envy someone, I'm automatically just happy for them. And then I think, oh, if I'm envious of someone and they've got something I want, I think, okay, well, how can I get that? Or how can I better myself to get that? Or what is it about what they have that I want? And then just kind of go from there. It's taken me years to kind of get to that point, because of how I grew up and I was surrounded by so many middle class or like rich kids that just had everything handed to them. Well, that's how I saw it. I had quite a bitter attitude towards people that had things, people that had money, and it's taken me years to undo that, so I'm well aware that it's a really horrible emotion. But I think if you are somebody that suffers with jealousy, it really is doing the work within and then looking at your external relationships or friendships. The only reason I'm like this now is because I've spent a long time working on myself. Someone's trying to get some goss here. Your opinion on other alt creators. Well, have I got tea? No, I've got no tea. I've got no tea. I've got no tea. The ones that I know that I speak to are nothing but lovely. And the ones that I follow, the ones that I admire, I really love their content. I love what they do. I don't know them personally, but I like what they create, and I'm all here for it, to be honest. The only thing that's ever happened was at the HMAs in 2021. I was working for a friend's company, for a friend's brand, and there was a group of us stood chatting, and the alt creators that were there, I didn't know them. I'd never met them before, never seen them before. They were quite frosty towards me and they were looking me up and down, but the only thing I've taken from that is that they might have just been anxious. They might have social anxiety. Maybe it was their first event as an alt creator. Maybe it was quite daunting for them. I know it's like quite hectic. And I'm also aware that I am quite extroverted and I'm quite confident. So when I first meet people, I do know sometimes if I come in and I'm like loud or whatever, that if somebody's maybe a bit more reserved or introverted, I can notice that. And I have a lot of my friends are actually quite introverted and have a resting bitch face or resting judgmental face, and they're the loveliest people ever. So that's the only thing that's happened, but I just kind of put it down to maybe they were just a bit anxious. And also I'm quite removed from a lot of that because I'm 30. I'm 30 years old and it's not my job, so yeah, I'm kind of quite removed from it, but I like watching what people create and I like people's content. If you weren't doing what you were doing for work, what would you be doing? I was always convinced that Hello?
So we're in here, it's just open to anyone at the moment.
That's so cool though.
It's crazy. How are you? What's up? Oh, hello.
Hi! Say hello!
Hi.
Sorry about that interlude. Where were we even up to? But yeah, if you weren't doing what you do for work, what would you be doing? I always thought I would be a teacher through school. I even went to universities to look at teaching courses, and then I was like, no, guys, I've got to go to drama school. I've got to go to drama school. I would still teach, to be honest. I used to teach kids when I was a teenager. I also taught at a kids performing arts school in Sheffield before I went to drama school, and I would absolutely do that job again. No, I didn't teach, I was a class assistant. There's obviously a major difference, but I loved it, and I would do that again. It was such a cute job. I did PR for a little while. I was a publicist. I really enjoyed that. I had to give it up in my first trimester because I was too sick, but I did enjoy it and I was good at it. I got clients in like Vogue and Cosmopolitan and stuff, so I would definitely do a bit of that again, especially because it was remote and flexible and I could kind of pick my hours and it was part-time, so I would love to do something like that again. Okay, last question because I'm sweating. Let's see, it's off. Will you become a family YouTuber? No. For obvious reasons. Also, I just don't find that interesting to watch. I will still vlog my life because I enjoy it and I really love having memories to look back on, but I won't be a mummy vlogger. I've tried during pregnancy to get into that kind of content, and I found YouTubers or influencers or whatever content creators that are now mums and have kids, but guys, I don't want to sound horrible, but I can't stand the content because oh, is that my delivery? It's the mummy voice, it's the baby voice. You'll see a 40-minute vlog and I'll be like, oh my god, great, 40-minute vlog for me, love that. I'll play it when I start prepping my fajitas. By the time my fajitas are ready, I've still got 10 minutes of the video. Like, do you know what I mean? I love that. But then I switch off after 5 minutes because most of the vlog is just a mummy voice, and I get it. I have a ginger cat. I talk to him in a mummy voice. When I have my daughter, I will be talking to her in a mummy voice, in a baby voice. You know what I mean? Like, look at the baby. But when it's the whole vlog is that, guys, it irks me and it gives me the ick and I can't stand it. It just infuriates me. Like, and also I don't care what bottle your baby likes. Like, I know that sounds awful. I care about my daughter and I care about what she needs and what she likes, but I don't need a 40-minute video of you just rabbiting on, like talking to your child, or I don't know, I just find content like that really boring, so I'd never be a family vlogger. Yeah, obviously that's going to play a part and there will be parts of my vlogs that will revolve around me talking about being a parent or what we're up to or whatever, especially when it's all new, because I'm gonna want to vlog us like going for our first beach trip or going for our first like coffee date or my first walk after my C-section. Like, I'm gonna want to document that, but I just don't want it to be annoying. I don't want it to be irritating. I find my voice annoying enough when I have to sit and edit it, so no. Like, I'm well aware that pretty much all of my content online at the minute is pregnancy related, but because there's not much else going on, and I'm aware that when I have a newborn, the majority of that content is going to be being a mum for the first time and having a newborn. But I don't want to just become a mummy vlogger with that really irritating voice. That's no disrespect to family YouTubers, family vloggers, mummy vloggers. It's no disrespect, because the content works, people enjoy it, people love it, and if that's getting you lots of money and brand deals and partnerships and the freedom to stay at home and look after your kids, that's fantastic. I'm not dimming the light on that. I would like to think that I put content out there that I would want to watch, but I'm going to leave it there because it's probably really long. Thank you for watching. Who knows when the next Q&A will be? I will have a baby. What? Yeah, if you've made it this far, thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know if there's any kind of video you want to see. Take care, drink some water, stay hydrated, be kind, remember who you are, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, guys.